it's time for another message from the Oracle of the Magical Fairy Forest. There was no video this past week because we were traveling and we were also having some unexpected issues with our vehicle, so there was a lot going on, but we figured it all out and we managed to make our way back down to Niagara this past Friday, and we're all settled back in at our new place for now. So I have a bit more space, and the background here isn't the nicest, but it's the room that I have available right now with the best lighting and also, I think, the least amount of noise. So let's make it work. And so in this video, I want to pull a card from the Oracle of the Magical Fairy Forest, and then I'll also get a message from the companion journal, and I may pull one card also from the Disney Fairies Tarot, which is one of my new favorite decks. I've really been enjoying it. So before we dive in, I just want to mention one more thing. If you are loving this deck and the companion journal, and you want to get a copy for yourself, or maybe you already have a deck, but you want to get a copy for somebody else, I have a sale going on right now on my website, magicalthings.ca. It was my birthday earlier this month, so I have a birthday sale going on, and you get 15% off all orders over 35 Canadian, which will definitely cover all the card decks and the journal and all the bigger items. So if that sounds awesome, then go to magicalthings.ca and get your copy there. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cards here and take a moment to shuffle the deck. And while I'm shuffling, feel free to take a quick moment to close your eyes and take a few nice deep breaths and center yourself, and then set an intention or ask a question for this reading. And then once I reveal the cards, allow yourself to receive whatever messages resonate with you the most. That is what you need to hear today. Okay, let's pull a card. And the card for today is Gifts of Love. So the lighting is not the best right now. There's a bit of a reflection from the sun outside. Maybe I'll just put an image somewhere in the video so you can see a little bit better. But the card is Gifts of Love. Allow yourself to receive. You are worthy. So this can be a card about love and relationships. It can also be about manifesting anything else in your life. It can be about abundance in all forms, financial abundance, or simply allowing yourself to enjoy your life, or manifesting any precious dream that's on your heart. And so this is really about remembering that you are worthy of receiving no matter what. You don't need to do more or be somebody else, or, be something you're not. Or you basically don't have to get anywhere else in order to deserve to receive what it is that you're envisioning, that your heart desires. So anything that you could ever imagine, you are worthy of receiving all of that and so much more right now. And so this is really a message about doing that inner work, but not so much with a focus on, needing to get somewhere with that inner work so that you will be finally ready to receive, which is a pattern that I've seen on my own journey, and that I've seen quite often, in the self-help world, with that idea that there's so much more we need to do, and if it's not external work and external action, then there's, all the inner work that we need to do. So that's not really, that we don't want to get stuck in that pattern. And this is just a reminder that actually we are worthy just because we are, and there's nothing to achieve or get to, no place to get to. There's nothing to do really to, get ready. So all you really need to do is to open to receiving and see yourself as worthy of receiving everything that in truth is already yours. So I hope this is not too cryptic, but let's pull. Actually, I'm not going to pull another card. I'm going to open the companion journal, which is an optional add-on for the deck, and I'm just going to ask for another message that will maybe clarify this card a little bit more. But either way, just take some time to feel into what this message might mean for you and what it applies to on your own journey right now. Okay, so what is the additional message? All right, so this is an interesting one. We got the Shiny Objects card. And so the companion journal, as I said, is an optional add-on for the deck. If you're curious, there is also a little guidebook booklet included with the deck. And the messages in the companion journal are not the same as you'll find in the guidebook. So there's more depth here. There's a short message for each card, and then there's a ritual or practice that you can use to deepen into the medicine of the card, and then there are affirmations and journaling prompts so that you can really work with the medicine of the deck and really embody it more in your own life. So it's not just, you're not just receiving the guidance and then you don't really know what to do with it, but you actually get to apply it, which is what ends up making all the difference. Just understanding the messages is not going to get you anywhere. So, all right, I'll just read this to you. Let's do some story time here, and then I'll share the journal prompts with you as well. Shiny objects. Look closely. Pay attention to the subtle cues your body is sending you. Let nothing go unnoticed. What are you truly feeling? Be honest and act upon your inner wisdom, even if you may fear missing out on something important. What is for you will always be there for you in perfect timing. And, okay, I'll read the practice to you as well. Sit in stillness. Return fully to the here and now. Feel your entire presence and energy in your body. Now, think of something you've been considering saying yes to. Listen to the subtle voice that speaks through your body. What are you truly feeling? Does anything feel off? Where might fear-based attachments be drawing you towards an opportunity that isn't for you? Be completely honest. Act with integrity. When in doubt, say no, and trust that something better is already waiting for you. And the affirmation at the bottom is, I trust and follow my intuition. I just want to take a moment to feel into how these two messages might be connected. So you might have received an offer from somebody, or an opportunity may have come your way, and you're not totally sure whether you actually want to say yes to it, whether you want to say yes to receiving it. So the important thing here really is to check in with your body and really be honest with yourself about how this feels to you, beyond just maybe the excitement in the moment. And we all have different ways of processing and feeling into what is right for us, and some of us need more time. Some of us can make those decisions in the moment. This is something that I talk more about in connection with human design. That's something you're interested in, you can find more on my website. I do offer personal readings. But yeah, so some of us have ways to connect with our inner truth that are really available to us in the moment, and others might need more time. So in my case, I have emotional authority in my human design chart. So that means I need a little bit more time, and I don't want to make a decision when I'm on a high wave or a low wave. That's just a little detail here. But the important thing is that you're really listening to your body, and you're not just saying yes to something to fill a void, or because maybe there's a fear of missing out. Anything like that is an indication that you may be heading in the wrong direction. Or also, if you're feeling really stressed about it, then take some time to relax your nervous system. And when you can really feel the truth in your body, that's when you know it's a yes or a no. And sometimes the thing that feels really loud and exciting in the moment initially may not be the right thing in the long run, and there may be something that feels a little bit quieter and more sustainable at the same time, and that also feels fulfilling and satisfying. And so what is really important to you? Also, what is the big picture for you? And let that guide you. If it's distracting you from what's truly important for you on a higher level and your big picture vision, then it's going to be a no. And if it helps you move towards your big vision and it also feels good, then it might be yes for you, but only you can know. So actually, I'm feeling, let me just take a quick look at the questions here. All right. I feel like I've already explained this quite well. There are some journaling questions here that would help you tune into the answers for you more easily. But I'm going to skip the questions this time, and I want to pull one more card from the Disney Fairies Tarot. And I really love working with the tarot in addition to oracles, because it really helps us connect with the patterns in our subconscious and really dive deep there. And so it can be very detailed in that way too, so we can spot some very specific patterns or anything that might be going on in the subconscious that might be helpful for us to know right now. So let's see. We can bring a little bit more nuance to the messages that we've already received. Okay, so the card from the Disney Fairies Tarot is the Pixie of Sunbeams. And I'm just going to take a moment to remember what the pixie is. So the pixie, I think, is the page, but I got to look this up just to make sure that I'm not misinterpreting it. So the Pixie of Sunbeams, I think, is the Page of Wands, but let's see. Yeah, I get confused about these still. So this is actually the Knight of Wands, which is a very different kind of focus. Same kind of energy because it's wands, so it's fire, but the Knight is definitely more intense than the Pixie. And by the way, if you're curious about the Disney Fairies Tarot, I wrote a blog post about a week or two ago where I reviewed it, and you can see lots of pictures and just some insights about the deck, and you can, you get to hear it from my perspective. I'll probably review it here on YouTube at some point as well. I'll link the article down below. But so I'm not going to read the book. I'm just going to interpret this based on what I'm feeling intuitively. So the Knight of Wands really is that fiery energy, that wants to initiate things, that wants to jump into things, and there's a lot of passion here. And so with the Knights, usually, there's a beauty there, and breaking through barriers and really jumping in without overthinking things, but they can also be a little bit too much sometimes, or just dive in or jump in prematurely, and so we might be making decisions that are not for our highest good. So there might be a message about balance there in connection with what I already mentioned. So making sure that you really connect with what you're feeling in your body, and so you're really getting that clear yes or no before you make a decision or before you act. But at the same time, you don't want to get stuck in overthinking. This card, or the Wands energy, the fire energy, is really about taking action as well. And you do want to embrace the passion that fuels you. And yeah, so just make sure that you have the balance there. And I think this is everything I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And again, if you are loving this deck and the companion journal, you can find them on my website, all my websites really, but if you want to take advantage of the birthday sale that I have going on right now, you can find that at magicalthings.ca, and you can find lots of other magical products there as well. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to be back with more very soon.